Alright guys, so now back again with some watch reviews. Unfortunately, these watches I have not worn as long as I have the other ones that I have reviewed, and now I've moved on to wearing just Oyster Oyster Perpetual, the Moon Watch from Omega, and I guess sometimes the Breitling Top Gun edition. So, Navitimer Top Gun edition. So this one I have in front of me is the Timex Marlin 40mm. I call it the Snoopy Typing Edition, but I think there's a more technical name, which is TW2U71200ZV. And it's from the Peanut collection, 70th anniversary. If you can see in the back, it's very nicely done. Yeah, very nicely decorated for the price for which I got it, which was I think $175 without taxes and stuff like that. So it's not running right now. It has the Miyota 8215. And one complaint about the Miyota I have is that it is quite noisy. So let me give you some ASMR. Well, now it's fully moved. But if I move it around, bring it up close to the mic, the rotor in the back freely moves in one direction, as you can see, and that creates a lot of noise. I don't like, that's the one negative about this watch. It has a dome crystal on top, which is lovely, which I prefer. The dome crystal gives it a classy look, but then it's not sapphire, so you do not want to bang this thing around. Even with sapphire, you don't want to bang it around, but with this, you will get some scratches. It has, as I looked before, the exhibition window, or with the 70-year anniversary writing and logos on it, and the case is made of stainless steel. The case is round, lovely dial, silver dial, and is very nice to look at during daytime. Other than that, there's really nothing to say. It's very light. I can barely feel it in my hands. So for a 41 millimeter or 40 millimeter, it's very light and compact. Let me grab the calipers and let's look at the lug. So the lug width, well, people always, I got one comment saying, hey, this guy never uses the calipers. So here you go. Here's one time that I used the calipers. So the lug width is at 20. The lug to lug is at, let's see. It's very hard to do things with these gloves on. And I bet you guys don't want to see my hands much better with this. So the lug to lug is 48, and the case thickness, bring it down. Yeah, very hard to do. Case width is 13 millimeters. 13 millimeters because of the domed crystal that's sitting on top, which I prefer. And I also prefer it on the Moon Watch, the crystal domed instead of the sapphire. But the sapphire is much more resilient, which I'm learning when I do use it at work. So let's look at the lume. You can barely see the lume, but it's there. It's green. And there it is. You barely see it. So, yeah, not designed for nightlife, but it's there. So I guess Timex has made a hit, or should make a hit, with this Snoopy edition. They, time to time, release Snoopy edition watches, and this is light, cheap, and I believe this is discontinued. So if you can get them new for around $200, okay. I might be selling this as well. But yeah, it's a very nice light watch, but the only problem is that noise. So yeah. Alright guys, so that was the Timex Marlin 40mm Snoopy Typing Edition. Oh, before I let you guys go, one thing I did forget is the wrist check. So I'm not gonna try to tie it down. As you guys know, it sucks. So my wrist is around 6.9 and 7 inches. And there you go. Looks very nice. 40mm, perfect size for 6.9, 7-inch wrist.